Party people, old school Paul here, another Swim Eye View, and going to welcome you to a little local favourite of mine. This is called Indian Beach, but we don't say Indian Beach, we say Native Beach. You don't say Indian in Canada. It's a derogatory word for the Canadian Indigenous people. We don't say Indian, so we call this Native Beach anyway. Beautiful little beach here. It's just literally, I live probably, well, I could probably swim it from here around the cove there, probably about a mile and a half up road. I've got my own beach at the end of the garden, but it's very rocky. Anyway, I want to show you this place here. I'm going to salt water now because the lakes are getting very warm and I prefer cold. Okay, just want to show this quick poster here because there's an indigenous turtle. Read that. Endangered species, sea turtle suffering from severe hypothermia wash up on our beaches each winter. Help save their lives, right? Okay. Anyway, someone used to live down here actually. So there's a shed and there's an old house here. It's just really run down. It's been here for years. I've known about it. And even then it was left. I don't know. Oh, down here recently. What? For you. And yeah, got this crazy shed here. It's got an old dory in it. Wooden dory. Yeah, check this beast out. Wow. Even got the oarlocks in there. Yeah. Too bad people come down and fly tip here and stuff and leave their garbage. Wouldn't mind taking this out for a row. It's a pretty big beast though. I used to have a boat myself just around the bay there. At the end of my garden. It's an aluminium boat painted quite a few times. It's quite heavy, but we used to have to use big foam rollers to get it out and launch it. We didn't have anywhere to launch. And the slip was really steep where we used to have to pull it up and tie it up to a tree because the high tides here are the highest tides in the world. Check this out, this old crazy organ. Yeah, awesome. Don't know what you find in this other thing. There's a place down the road where there used to be a wharf, and there's a few old boats there. I'll take a video of there one day. And then let's check this old house out. Yeah, crazy. It's all broken up and run down, and yeah, good for kids to come and explore, I guess. This is on the side of a cliff, on a real big side of the what's called the North Mountain, on the end of Granville Road, and this is pretty much the end of the mountain here. It goes up there quite a way. Yeah, seen a lot of porcupines in these trees stripping the bark. And yeah, this is Native Beach. Just around the corner, there's a wharf. That's actually called Victoria Beach. This whole area is called Victoria Beach. I lived one community before that called Port Wade. Anyways, I got my trusty fins today. You'll need fins out here for sure. The tide's coming in, so it's not so bad. It's stony, but you never know. There's a rip out here. I can see the rip just about 100 yards out there that kind of channels in because around here, around the corner there, this is called what's known as the Digby Gut. Okay, this whole thing goes around to Annapolis, about 24 kilometers to the causeway, and that on the other side there is the kind of South Ridge, and there over there where you can see them houses and stuff like that, and that it's a terminal for the cruise, a ferry called the what's it called? Bundy Ferry. So, yeah, Bundy Ferries, which is the ferry that goes from Digby over there. It's famous, well famous for scallops. Goes out this big channel here. It's open water there, and that's the Bay of Fundy. That goes to St. John, New Brunswick. Okay. But yeah, I live around the corner here, and it's just easy for me to come plod up, and there's no big rocks scramble over, and the space, it's not nothing like this, but I kind of use this as my little seating area. It's really nice and cool down here in this really hot summer's day. From where I'm at, it'll probably be another 3 degrees cooler here with a 2-minute drive. So, yeah. But I'm going to swim out to them buoys out there, some white buoys. There is 5 minutes, back is 5 minutes, so that's 10 minutes. I'll do 3 sets of 3 for 30 minutes. I've got my 7mm Billabong surf gloves. This water is really cold. Yeah, it's super cold. If you just want to come down and jump in your shorts to cool down, it's real cool. Just to step in and, cool yourself down on a really hot summer's day. But if you're in there for more than 5 minutes, yeah, this water's cold. Thinking I'm going to swim here all year round, actually, like even in the winter. You've got to be careful of outgoing tides, and also if there's a lot of wind, a lot of kelp washes up and all that kind of stuff, and I don't really like to be swimming in among kelp and all this weed and stuff, rockweed. But anyway, let's get in. There's a lot of birds down here. There's normally some harbour seals feed out here. And a lot of eagles up and around the tree line here. Pretty cool. Over there, that's the kind of what's called the Digby Neck. That's where the last video I made was. And you can drive down there quite a way to an island. I believe it's called, let me think, called Briar Island. Okay, and they have whale watching and stuff. I mentioned that in my last video, but I've never actually been all the way down. You've got to take a few ferries to a few islands, and then you go. And, but yeah. I used to row around the corner in my boat, rowing on the incoming tide, and row back on the outgoing tide and fish with my girlfriend. But we no longer have that boat anymore. So anyways, but it's a beautiful day. You're going to see how really clean this water is as well. It's, but it's, like I said, it's cold, but we don't mind cold. Get you energized, right? So yeah, what I tend to do is like just do my, it seems like it's a lot colder than yesterday even. Do my, swim to that buoy and back, get out, take a break, warm up a little bit in the air, and then back in. It's not all at once. Here we go. I might just film a couple of lengths, but you can kind of get the understanding of what it is like around here in the area where I live. And yeah, yeah, you can see how clear that is, huh? If you need waking up, this is the place to come. Like I said, I've been swimming in the lakes around the area in Annapolis, and they've become quite warm. Especially the last few days, it's been like 29, 30 with a humidex. Today's calm, still, there's no breeze. So it's a great, I wasn't going to bring my camera, but I thought, you know what, it's a prime day to film. One thing I will say about these gloves, they're tough work. They're a hard workout in these gloves. They're thick, 7mm. They're chunky, and yeah. And I've possibly got a 3mm long suit, full suit, with a couple of pairs of socks on my fins. If you need waking up, there's a place to come. Sure is. I like to come down in my shorts sometimes and just take a dip, get out, warm up. It can be like 34 degrees down here in the sun. And that beach warms up, hey? Like it's just gravel, stony beach. So the rocks warm up. When the tide comes in, the water warms up quite a bit. But yeah, you can see the top of the ridge there. We have a bit of land just around the corner here, just about right there, around here somewhere. My girlfriend's sister gave it to us, but it's really deemed like kind of impossible to use for anything. There's a few people come down here and take dips and stuff, but they don't really swim. Maybe a few kids like to dare and get in. That's about it, but yeah, too cold for most people without a suit anyway. I did a real hard train here yesterday. Yeah, it kind of wiped me out a bit, so today's just going to be a slow, methodical, slow swim. I used to hike up in these hills quite a lot, all over. Had a bit of a canoeing accident up there one year. There's a lake up there. I was fishing with my girlfriend and we had a weight to stabilize the canoe from moving around in the wind. And I asked her to move it, to pick it up, kind of so I could paddle another spot. And just as she was about to, I saw it right on the, spotted it. I was like, no! She went to move the weight in the canoe and that's it, the canoe flipped. And that lake had just thawed out. And it was effing cold. All my fishing gear gone. And the other thing was I had to save my girlfriend because she's not a very good swimmer and we were fully clothed. Luckily, we were wearing down feather vests that kind of popped the air in. Yeah, so about another, I'd say 20 yards is where there's a bit of a rip. You can see maybe on the top of the water here, right here, it swirls around because it's kind of coming in that big channel. And literally the end of that mountain ridge over there that goes down to the right, that's where the open water is to the Bay of Fundy. We know somebody's got a lobster boat down there as well. It's lobster fishing season right now. So all the boats are out with their buoys, marking their traps. And yeah, I don't come out here too far. That's over 150 yards to the beach. It's an incoming tide, so it's quite safe. And it's very quiet, it's very calm. I've seen big breakers out there on the I don't know what they call it. It's called the Gut entrance. Like when you look out of my kitchen window, this whole place looks like a lake, a massive lake. It's just what they call a basin, a gut. Oh, it feels really nice, man. Yeah. A lot of people come down here shell collecting and stuff. Actually seen some porpoise out here at certain times. And I normally come round and around them at here and go mackerel fishing. There's mackerel runs right now. And when there's mackerel runs, there's striper bass runs eating the mackerel. That's a good fish to eat, but I've never actually caught one that's a legal size. And I don't mind eating lobster. I could eat that stuff all day, although it's pretty pricey now, market value, especially in the summer season right now. They're the babies, they're the small breed. They get bigger when it's full lobster full season, and they're a lot bigger lobster. If I swim near these rocks, if I ever get into trouble, I could make it to them rocks and probably climb myself way out and get back to the beach. This is pretty simple right now. No rip at all. Very calm. But there is a rip that kind of... sometimes I get kind of washed out into the rocks, and other times if you kind of swim over that way quite a bit, you'll get sucked out a little bit that way. And you don't want to do that, especially if you're in a rowboat. Yeah, you'll end up in Maine, USA. There's a lot of difference between swimming fresh and salt. A lot buoyant salt, a lot more buoyant. And even on my front crawl, that's what I'd be doing if I was body surfing. Kind of checking the scope for waves, incoming waves and stuff, and moving around, keeping myself warm a bit. Body surfing, I normally surf in a short suit, that's it, no socks, no gloves. I don't know, there's times when I have literally nearly lost my feet from numbness, but you know, you get times where it warms up on the Atlantic. But I kind of mind it fresh. I've seen about 8 eagles circling up around this ridge here. Pretty cool. Nothing today. Normally you'll see something. There's I think what's a loony out there. There's a bird. It's on the top. Probably fishing. Yeah. It could be a loony, I'm not sure. I think loonies are actual loons, are actual saltwater bird and a freshwater bird. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah. Maybe it's a cormorant. Hope you can see that. Just peeking around like kind of I'm doing. It's a beautiful day though, it really is a beautiful day. Got a heat warning on the weather network for humidity. I've seen it going up as high as plus 39 Celsius with a humidex. It's steaming. You come down here and it's 5 degrees cooler and the water's cool and it's great. Yeah, I love it. So someone here at one point in time had their own little back Idaho, private Idaho with a little beach and stuff with a house and a shed. The bygone days. Even the wharf around the corner here, I'll do a video of that one day fishing. Used to be a real big area for processing fish and stuff, and small little factory and that. They're no longer. Just people in their lobster boats, and there's 1 or 2 trawlers. Mostly come out of the Digby area though. I know a trawler guy from living over the other shore, Bay Shore, and dragger. But yeah, this little harbour here is just basically, yeah, let's just go swim and have a look. That'll probably be my vid for the day. See a few houses on the ridge there. Pretty cool. Yeah, it used to be quite the busy area. A train used to come down not too far from where I live, and there's a train circle. It's all taken away now, but this is years ago. It's the oldest part of Canada. I mean, the Mi'kmaq were here originally. The Acadians came, and then the British came, and then duked it out, and then yeah. But this road up here, where I came in on, down to the beach, it's the oldest road in Canada. Probably horse and cart years ago. Yeah, normally if it's windy, what happens is, depending on the direction of the wind, if you come out to this way, you'll start getting sucked out that way. If you're over this way, you'll kind of start getting sucked into the rocks. Uh, as you can see, it's nice and sunny. I really needed to get in. I needed to get in and just take a dip. I was kind of woke up really early. I think I woke up at 4 a.m. again and couldn't get back to sleep. Had a few cups of tea, trying to wake up. I couldn't quite. Then I had a cup of tea and something to eat a little bit, and then I kind of felt drowsy again. I was like, man, I gotta go just wake myself up. There's a few more birds popping up over there. Probably bait fish eating. Well, yeah, there's the wharf over there. Quite a nice wharf actually. You can fish off it coming high tide. I'll do another video of that one day when I'm fishing. It's a better experience, and you can see the actual opening of the gut. But you might be able to see there used to be a few, like I said before, a few fish processing plants and stuff. A lot of this is all gone now. A lot of where I live is now sold from people that have come from a ways, sold their house in the States, moved up here, Ontario. But it's quite an old road, old houses and that, and a lot have been fixed up. Some nice houses as well, real expensive. There's some real crap holes as well, but you know, people buy them for cheap and fix them up and stuff. It was one of the cheapest places to buy houses at a point in Canada, so a lot of people moved there from a ways and they're sold up and bought here to retire. But yeah, so this is Native Beach. It's great as well when the tide comes out. When the tide goes out, you can swim here as well. It's all a stony beach down to the water. I don't mind it either, whatever tide. This is about right now coming in for about another half an hour max tide, and then it's going out. Just was showing you the water right here. Okay. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to just get out and warm up a little bit, and then until next time. Yeah. Peace and love, as Ringo Starr says today. Love and peace. Yeah. If you can, give us a like and a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. And yeah, I'll see if I can find some other spots I go to. Well, make some more videos of some other spots I go around this area here in Salt. And I'll probably take a little trip up to the up the valley to the city area, and then go for a little body surf jaunt here in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, just taking my gloves off here in the waters. Yeah, it's cold. I think I measured it the other day and it was 10, but it feels a lot colder. Let's get out here and warm up for a little while. Get back out, do a few drills. But yeah, thanks for watching. Keep the faith.